If you were to ask me which Smash Bros. Characters needed a change to their moveset the most, DK would probably be at the top of my list. Which is weird because if you ask me which character is the most fun to play in Smash, DK would also be at the top of that list. So my goal today is to find a moveset for him that is somewhere in the middle. One where you can still turn your brain off and do silly, funny moves with the guy. But also a moveset that has inspiration from his entire history as a character, as well as his newest outing, Donkey Kong Bonanza. So you know what that means. That's right, I gave DK pants.
Good grief, he's
not
naked!
I'm so brave. So if it's not obvious already, I'm going to be pulling a lot from Donkey Kong Bonanza. Not just because it's one of the few Donkey Kong games I've actually played, but also because this game gives Donkey Kong a whole lot of movement that he's never really had before. There are a crazy amount of moves compared to his other games where some of his moves are just kind of jump and run. They gave him a crazy amount of movement in Donkey Kong Bonanza, and it would be a shame to put that to waste in a potential new Smash moveset, so we're definitely going to be pulling a lot from that game. So let's go ahead and start with the more cosmetic stuff. For his alts, we're going to be pulling from some of his costume selections in Donkey Kong Bonanza. Surprise, surprise. His default will remain the same. It's Donkey Kong. So for half of his alts, he will have nothing except a tie, the Donkey Kong special. But for the other half, he will have pants on. Yeah, I'm a madman. I also want every single alt to have a different tie. They gave Donkey Kong a lot of cool ties in Bonanza, and so I want to see a lot of different ties referenced, a lot of different fur colors from that game referenced, as well as a lot of pants reference from that game as well, to give some additional references to the Donkey Kong series and the Donkey Kong character. I don't really care which tie goes with which fur and pants too much, so I'm going to put the ones that I want on screen. So here they are. Here's the ones I want. One I do have a preference on which one goes with which is that Donkey Kong's alt in Smash Bros. That he has that's a reference to like his old sprite. I want that alt that he currently has, but in the girder pants from Donkey Kong Bonanza. It's too fitting of a reference to not include. I also love this tie from the game that is a burger. It's not a reference to anything, but it's funny and it's cool. So he's getting a burger tie. And my fit for DK while I played this game was the burger tie and the guava split fur. So that's what we're gonna give him in another alt. And all the other alts can kind of mix and match the fur colors and the tie colors and stuff like that. Doesn't really matter too much to me. I just want a lot of these to be referenced, and I think it can give DK a lot more style in the next Smash Bros. Game. DK's current victory animations are kind of mid. They're bland. They lack substance, so I made 3 brand new ones for this next Smash Bros. Game. The first one just has him and Pauline kind of singing together. I wanted to make sure Pauline was referenced. Maybe the song can change, just kind of be randomly selected, or it could just be the different Bonanza themes for this game, but having some random element where the song changes out would be kind of cool. This is kind of my excuse to get some songs from Bonanza in this game. The second new one is him finding a banana. You do a lot of that in Donkey Kong Bonanza, and the line, "Oh, banana?" That's really iconic and really funny, and it would be a really funny victory animation. For the last one, I have DK recreating the Donkey Kong arcade game and throwing barrels down at Mario. Piranha Plant does a similar thing where Mario is in a victory animation for Piranha Plant and he kills Mario, and that's like his victory animation. This can be a similar thing where DK is throwing barrels down at Mario. I think that would make a lot of sense. Now let's talk taunts. For the taunts, I am keeping 2 of his current ones. I am keeping the shrug taunt because I'm not ever getting rid of that. If you see me ever say we need to get rid of that taunt, I've been replaced by an imposter, and that's not me. Help track me down, find me, because that's not me. If I take away that taunt, it's half the reason I play DK is that taunt, so we got to keep it. The other one I'm keeping is the chest pound taunt. That's like DK's thing. Like, he does that in a lot of different games. That's a main feature in Bonanza too. So the only new one I'm going to add is Donkey Kong eating a banana. There's not a whole lot of depth to that one. It's just he's a monkey and he's eating banana, because I thought, you know, monkeys eat bananas. So what would DK do if he had free time? He would eat a banana. Now let's get into the moves that you can use to cause harm to the people who have wronged you. The actual attacks in this game. First, I'll start with throws. Donkey Kong's cargo throw is probably the most iconic and unique move that he currently has in Smash Bros. So we're keeping that. We're not getting rid of the cargo throw. That stays. The back throw will remain the same. pretty useful. There's nothing wrong with it. For his down throw, I want him to throw his opponent into the ground, much like he can do in Donkey Kong Bonanza, where he can dig into the ground. Thought it'd make a lot of sense for him to actually throw his opponent into the ground. Either he throws him into the ground and then scoops him back up and digs him out and throws him, or it's a berry down throw, kind of like K. Rool, and you can just attack out of it. Either one makes sense. DK is definitely strong enough to throw somebody into the ground. He punched a moon out of orbit, so I think he's strong enough to handle that. I thought this one would be kind of fun. For his up throw, DK spawns a barrel cannon out of nowhere, shoves his opponent into the barrel cannon, and it just launches him straight up. I thought that would be kind of cool. Okay, tilts. We're gonna go on to tilts now. The only tilt that I'm keeping the same from his current moveset is his forward tilt. Just kind of that forward slap that he does. I thought it worked fine for the moveset I was going for, so I went ahead and kept it. For his up tilt, I went ahead and changed it to his up punch from Bonanza. In Bonanza, it's used to attack directly above him, punch holes in any ground that's above him, so I thought that'd make for a pretty quick up tilt. It's a really quick move. It makes for a great combo starter, and it's a lot stronger than his current up tilt, so I thought that'd make a lot of sense. For his down tilt, we're kind of slightly repurposing his current down B, the hand slap. The hand slap is also a move used in Donkey Kong Bonanza, and there's a couple different versions of it. One you can hold down. Once you get your skill tree high enough, you can hold it down, and it sends a massive shockwave around it. But you can also just hit the button or tap the button, and it does kind of a short burst. So that's what I'm going for his down tilt. Not the one he has now, where it's like a one hand at a time smack on the ground. It's kind of a two-handed smack at the same time. While I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about his jab here as well. His jab will be changed from the 1-2 punch thing he has in Ultimate to the combo used in Donkey Kong Bonanza. It'll be a 3-hit jab with a very strong last hit, and it sends you forward, not upward like his current jab. It's quicker, and it is stronger at the very end, and it does send you out and have more knockback because it's not sending you up, it's sending you more out. Okay, let's talk about his aerials. For his neutral air, I decided to change that into him pounding his chest. It's like a multi-hit drag down nair. Chest pounding is a big thing in Bonanza. It's also a big thing. It's a big part of DK's character. So I thought it'd make a lot of sense for him to use that for an actual move. His forward air will remain the same. It is a very good move. I ended up changing his down air to something else. So I wanted to keep a spike for DK because it makes sense for DK to have like a strong spiking move. So I went ahead and kept his forward air the same. DK's up air and back air both also remain the same. DK's back air is a very useful tool, and so is his up air. You could repurpose those moves into like him swinging a rock midair as a reference to Bonanza and have like a similar purpose for the move and similar function, but with a rock, him swinging a rock in the animation instead. You could do that, but I think I'm gonna leave those the same for now. And his down air, and I was talking about this earlier that I changed it, his down air is the downward thrust punch that he has in Donkey Kong Bonanza. Every single time you have to advance to a new layer in Bonanza, you do this downward punch to advance the next area. So I thought it'd be fitting for him to have that in his moveset. It will be a falling down air that I know a lot of people don't like, but I thought it was too fitting for DK, especially this new version of DK. It will still spike, it'll just be at the end of the move. Next up, let's talk about his dash attack. This is probably one of my favorite changes. I did have to get rid of his roll, which is really iconic and makes a lot of sense, but this move was too perfect to have in a dash attack spot. I had to put it in. It's the rock surfing move he does from Bonanza. This in Bonanza is so much fun, and I really want to see it in Smash. I think it'd be really, really cool for like a multi-hit dash attack. It also would be a great movement option to give DK some mobility on stage. It does get rid of the roll, which sucks. I couldn't find another place to put the roll, so I had to get rid of it. You guys probably don't like that in the comments, I can already tell. It's okay. I'm sorry. I did hate doing it, but this one was too good of an opportunity to pass up, so sorry. For his down smash, I decided to give DK his old down B for a down smash. As opposed to his down tilt, this is a double hit move. The first hit would kind of do like a bearing thing, and the second one would be a strong hit that kind of sends downward. So it'd probably launch opponents up or depending on which side of DK they are, left or right. Very strong move, very strong second hit. The first one kind of draws you in, the second one does all the damage. For his forward smash, I had to keep his clap that he does. DK has a lot of claps currently in this moveset, so I wanted to keep at least one of them still in there, and it's something he still does a lot of in his games, is do claps and stuff like that. So I thought keeping the forward smash made a lot of sense. His up smash is going to be a big swing of a rock. In Bonanza, DK picks the ground up a lot and then uses the ground to swing it at enemies. So I wanted to have him swinging the ground up at enemies kind of over his head. But yeah, DK swings a big chunk of rock above his head in an upward motion, and it's got a lot of range. DK has a lot of strong moves in this game. I hope it's not broken. Hopefully he doesn't have a lot of strong moves or projectiles in his special moves, right?
Right? Wrong!
But now we're going to get into the wacky part of DK's moveset, and that is his special moves. For his up B, DK gets a actual recovery move in a barrel cannon. He gets in a barrel cannon, swings left and right a little bit, and then it goes straight up. I also thought that the barrel cannons could have a different design depending on which DK alt you're currently using. If you're using a DK without pants, without the Bonanza, pants thing that they did to him for some reason, you will get a typical Donkey Kong Country looking barrel cannon. If you have one of the alts with DK that he has pants on, you get the updated look from Bonanza of the barrel cannons, where they have like the neon arrow thing. Or his neutral B, I decided to keep his giant punch because that's a big part of who DK is in the Smash Bros. Games. I didn't want to remove that because he has had that forever. So I decided to keep that one, even though there's some special moves I wanted to add. So I had to get a little creative with the other special moves and how they would work, but I kept giant punch the same. So these two, I want them to be in his moveset, but the problem I'm having is which move goes in which spot. So let me know which of these moves you guys want to see in the side B spot and which one makes more sense for the down B spot, because I honestly couldn't decide. So for one of these specials, I want to have DK throw a barrel, because that's a Donkey Kong thing. He's supposed to throw barrels. I've made a whole TikTok about this, whole YouTube short about this. Why doesn't he throw a barrel? It doesn't make any sense, okay? But he throws a barrel in this game finally. He just kind of rolls a barrel on the ground. You should also be able to change up the speed of the barrel. If you kind of tap it, it's a slow rolling barrel. If you hold down on the special button, it's a very fast moving barrel. I also thought if you do the slow rolling barrel option, you should be able to grab it afterwards and just throw it like an item. Kind of similar to like a Mecha Koopa from Bowser Jr. or something like that, where you can grab it before it's done completing the action and just throw it like an actual item. That would make it a little bit more useful for DK, I think. Anyways, DK finally gets a barrel. Yay. Now you tell me if that needs to be in the down B spot or the side B spot, because I have not made up my mind. For now I have it in the side B spot, but it could honestly go either way. It could be down B or side B, so let me know in the comments. For his down B, I gave him what I'm just calling rock swing. So basically he picks a chunk off the ground and swings it around, and you can swing a piece of material 3 different times before it ultimately just disintegrates. Just like in DK Bonanza, how you can hit people with rocks and with pieces of the ground that you find, but you can't just keep swinging it forever. If it hits people like the more you hit people with it, basically, the more worn down and withered it's gonna get. You get 3 hits. Each swing of the material that you pick up, hitbox is smaller, but the impact is the same. I also thought, since you can actually throw pieces of the ground, it would make sense if you can swing, you can pick the thing up with the press of the special button, right? So say it's in the down B position. You push down B, you pick up the piece of thing, right? You can either push the special button again to swing it, or you can push the attack button to throw it. If you haven't hit anybody with it yet, it is a full piece of that material. You can either choose to swing it and it gets smaller, or you can throw it, or you can swing it once, it gets smaller and then throw it, or you can swing it twice, gets to the smallest size it can get, and you can still throw it on the third one before you've used it again. Obviously, like the last hit would be a lot harder to hit somebody for throwing it, but it might make for a pretty cool snipe. If you hit people a couple times with the big piece of rock or whatever, and then you throw it off towards the blast zone and hit somebody, that's going to be satisfying. I kind of love this idea. I think it should be in the next Smash Bros. Game. Again, still don't know if I want it in the down B or the side B spot. For now, I just have it in the down B spot. So let me know if you agree with me or you think it should be in the side B spot. I'm kind of having second thoughts about that, so let me know. For his final smash, this will be DK's, I think, 3rd or 4th and different final smash in a Smash Bros. Game. I'm calling this the Bonanza combo.
Okay.
So I want to see DK use the 5 different Bonanza forms from Donkey Kong Bonanza. So basically, to start the final smash, it will be the Kong Bonanza, taking like him turning into the Kong Bonanza and doing a big punch to start the animation. Then he'll be launched into the Zebra Bonanza, who's running across the stage, launch the opponent up into the Ostrich Bonanza, who will then send him down from the, like, fly him up, send him down. The Snake Bonanza will do like a spring and like send the opponent back up. The Elephant will kind of suck up the opponent and spit him out to the Kong Bonanza again, and the Kong Bonanza will just send you flying. It's just kind of a combo of all the different Bonanza abilities. It's similar to like a lot of cutscene file smashes where it's just a lot of different versions of characters hitting you, or a lot of different characters hitting you. It's just kind of showing off all the different Bonanzas from Donkey Kong Bonanza, and I think it'd be cool. Anyway, that's it for DK's moveset in Smash Bros. There's a lot of moves here, and there's a lot of moves that are the same, but I think we've struck a good balance of keeping some good things about his current moveset while also improving on other aspects of DK's moveset and giving him some projectiles, which he needs, and giving him an actual recovery, which he needs. So let me know what you think of my DK moveset in the comments. And also let me know who you want to see next. Who do you want me to make a moveset for next? It can be a current character, or it can be a brand new character that hasn't been in Smash yet. Just either way, let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching this channel. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more movesets and more Smash Bros videos. And this might be the last video you see of me in this setup. So that's kind of sad, but we'll move on. We're moving, so this might be it. So say goodbye to the old setup. Goodbye, old setup. And we'll see you in the new one, hopefully soon. Now, if you'll excuse me, all that moveset making got me hungry. I'm going to go to the store and buy a banana. So bye.